Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? This is Final Fantasy XIV, and for those of you who've been following the channel for a little while now, I used to put out some Final Fantasy XIV content. I know it's not like the main content of the channel, but Final Fantasy XIV is a game that I really enjoy. So I just wanted to hop back into it. It's been a few months since I've really played and done anything for Final Fantasy XIV. There have been some story mode updates that I'm probably going to go through and play around with. There have been a whole lot of updates to the game since I played last. I think the last time I really sunk time into playing was like February, so it's been 3 months. And there's been some massive updates to come out. There's some new content for me to go through. But I just want to show you guys some of the simpler stuff that I really enjoy going through and doing. It's actually pretty similar to stuff I really enjoy doing in EverQuest. I really like going through and fighting some of the old school raid bosses to get cool items. Because in Final Fantasy XIV, the items that you get, you can use for stuff for something called Glamour, which for you World of Warcraft players, it's like a transmog system. And for EverQuest, it means that it's like you can get ornaments, basically. You can turn weapons into ornaments, as far as you can make your character look essentially however you want to, as long as it fits within the diameters of that class. So I can basically, I'm a Dragoon, but I can make my Dragoon look like any other Dragoon in the game. I can change the equipment around, I can make myself look like a weeboo if I want to, I can make myself look like a waifu, whatever it is I want to do, I can make my character look like. I'm not going to, because I prefer to make my character look cooler, and that's just, the Reapers are basically just edgelords in this game, so yeah, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of that content that I go through, show you what it looks like, and so this is how we go through and we can solo some of the old school, old world bosses. My character is level 90. I'm a level 90 Reaper. I've got pretty good gear on, and not the best gear, but I've got some pretty solid gear. You can go up to your duty finder system, and you can go to unrestricted party, and then you can join any trials or instances you want as a solo person, or if you wanted to go in with 2 people, 3 people, there's stuff you want to farm, you can go through and you can do any of those solo. So just to give you kind of an idea, we're gonna go beat up Shiva. This is Shiva Extreme for level 50, which used to be some of the hardest content in the game. It's a lot like the EverQuest raids that you'll see me do. Let's put our little food buff on so it gets us some extra stats. Everything we have for our character is like really beefed up right now. So, yeah, we're just gonna hop into it. Help if I just moved my buttons around, so it is hilariously out of order right now. She's gonna go immune here in a second. Oh, there we go. 0. So she spawns some ads. We get to kill the ads. Ooh, let's not move our abilities. So she's doing her big icicle attack. She's gonna freeze me, and then she's gonna step on me. And since this is level 50 content and it really buffs up your stats, basically this is just a cakewalk. It's meant to be as easy as possible because they know that people want to go through and they want to hit this content. So they can get these old mounts, they can get these old glamours. It's meant to be easy, and that's what it is. Gives you a little timer here. It took me about 1:35, and then it gives you loot, which we got a Dark Knight's arm, which looks really cool. Shows you what that looks like for the Dark Knight, which I think I wanted that weapon for a while now, so now that we finally have it, that's cool. So it got us a little Dark Knight arm. It gave us a bracelet, which we definitely do not want. Let's see here. Get rid of some of that stuff. There we go. And just like that. The good news is, unlike EverQuest, this is stuff that you can do as many times as you want. There's no lockout. So if I want to go through and I want to keep trying to beat her up, I can do that. And she also dropped a ice weapon coffer. Unequipable. Oh, it's because there was no Dark Knight at level 50. Anyways, but she gave me an extra coffer that I can open to try to get another weapon on. So, but yeah, that is how you can kind of farm old school raids. Let's do Titan now. I actually really enjoy this content, even though, I mean, like I said, it's meant to be easy. It's exactly like the things I was doing in EverQuest as far as making things easy. Go through, you fight these old raid bosses, and ooh, he immediately pops up. Now he's going to slam down again. And again. So that took us a minute on the dot. And he gave us a pair of earrings, which is entirely unuseful right now, but hey, if we want to, we can go through and we can do it again. But yeah, that's one thing I love about Final Fantasy XIV is if you want to, you can literally go through and you can just get yourself whatever extra glamour it is that you want. If you want to look cool, cool. If you want to have like a casual set on and you want to just kind of like go role play or something, you can do that. The server I'm on, unfortunately, was a lot like Fiona V on EverQuest as far as role-playing is concerned. There for the longest time, there were tons of people who only did this, who only joined this server just to role-play. And definitely not my cup of tea. So, with that being said, let's see if we can get into some content. There's alliance raids, normal raids. Let's do a raid. One thing that is really cool about this that I've missed so bad is a duty finder. It's a lot like Dungeon Finder in World of Warcraft. But with the duty finder, it just instant queues you up for anybody else who wants to do that same content. You can go have a good time. And this is a level 70 raid, which means it levels you down to level 70. Here with a whole bunch of other people. And I really enjoy this class. I think they've done some class balancing recently, but Reaper was one of the newest classes that was added with the Endwalker expansion that dropped recently, and they were just so overtuned. Really, really powerful classes, but they're just so cool because their movesets look so animated, they look so cool. I really enjoy them. I think that they look pretty pretty solid considering. And the Reaper moveset is incredibly easy to get into, especially at level 70, because half of your abilities are missing. That is where it is kind of similar to EverQuest as well, is the first 70 or so levels, most classes don't really have that many different abilities anymore. They've done really well at spreading them out, where the bulk of the content that you're really going to start experiencing, like a flourishing class, is the last level. See, why'd you run at me, you little dick? And there's lots of very coordinated content here with people, as far as like AoEs. Whenever they hit, whenever you're targeted with an AoE, it's very apparent to everybody in the group who's getting targeted with an AoE as well. It's really nice to play some content where I know I can just hop in immediately. I can just play one character. It's super easy. I don't have to worry about boxing multiple characters to get into this content. Get away from me, get away from me, thank you. Hooray, we made it. I have missed this game so much. This is just such a pretty game. The music is normally really awesome as well. I know you guys can't hear it because I have the music turned off because I don't want to get DMCA'd, but it's really good music. Just take my word for it. Unless you've played it before, you'll understand. See, this group is pretty solid. For the most part, everyone seems to be doing the things that they should be doing, so this is pretty easy. I love whenever we actually get coordinated people doing this. Ooh, one thing I forgot about is the relic weapons might be available soon. That is the in-game. That is the in-game like epic system weapons that you would remember from EverQuest. That is what that is. Let's limit break this dude and get him dead. Just like that. And you can accommodate people. I usually accommodate the healers. I say accommodate, but I meant commendation. It's like you can give like a thank you to someone who did good, and if you get a whole bunch of accommodations, you can end up getting rewards. Which I'm getting pretty close to 1,500, which is awesome. Okay, so let's do, since we did the raid, let's do a trial. Ooh, so this is one of the crossover events. This is Rathalos from Monster Hunter. We got a little party thing that we can use. Like certain trials give you abilities that you can use that are exclusive to that trial. Since this is a Monster Hunter crossover, you get mega potions to use. We got some first timers here. Nice. And it's also level 70, so low level event, which I'm cool with. This is one of the cooler events because halfway through the fight, he like stuns us and knocks us over, and then he flies up in the air, and we can only use our mega potions to heal, so even our healers can't even heal us. Ouch. Get away, get away. And it's cool, whenever we knock him over, if we chop his tail off, we get like an additional reward at the end. It's just like the classic Monster Hunter. Oh, that is gonna hurt. Thank you for knocking me out of the AoE. That's actually quite generous of you. The main reason I love Final Fantasy XIV is because, yes, they want you to, you know, try to get the best DPS and everything possible. They really, really want you to do good. But most people are going to be so nice, they're going to be willing to help train you and teach you how to do the fights and how to improve at your class. I've only ever seen people be shitty to someone for being new like once or twice in this game. And I have a lot of playtime on Final Fantasy. Oh, there goes both of our tanks. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Boy, does that really hurt. And you get stunned just like the old Monster Hunter games as well. It's a really pretty fun event, considering it's a crossover event. You can also get some really cool loot and gear that you can only get from this event, because it's a crossover. We might not get this tail chopped off in time. Oh, did we get so close? So close. So close, yet so far. And the thing that does separate this MMO from a lot of other games is the vast majority of the damage that you're going to be doing are strictly just from your abilities. Your auto attacks essentially do no damage. You're basically just a baby in a trench coat at that point. Like, you don't really do much of any damage at all unless you're using your abilities. Oh, I might actually die here. Yep. There we go. We got his tail. Nice. Even tells you how much damage he suddenly takes. That's pretty cool. And since we chopped off his tail, his down gauge goes up way faster. And whenever his down gauge pops up to 100%, we knock him down and we can kill him. Because right now our attacks are doing very, very little damage. There it goes. Beat him up, beat him up. Oh, somebody's already beat me to the limit break. Damn it. See? Pretty fun, pretty easy. and you can actually carve the tail and get the loot. After you've done this like a whole bunch of times, there's even like an extreme version of this, I think that's 4-player, much more difficult, much more true to like the classic Final Fantasy experience. But yeah, it's such a fun fucking game. But after you get enough of these Rathalos scales, you can trade them in for like armor and weapons for glamour and stuff like that. And I think there's, after enough, you can even get a mount. Let's go look at that. Let's see here. The vendor for it is in the Stormblood homeworld, which is Kugane. Let's see here. Here we go. Go on over here. This game is just so good at both like immersion and the way everything looks. It just looks so good. They did such a good job with this game. Yes, it is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Animated, if that's what you're into. It's kind of animated the way everything looks. But I think all this looks pretty cool. You can trade it in for these items. I think eventually you can get a Rathalos whistle, which is the pet. It's a mount version of it. You just gotta get 50 crystals, and I have... How many do I have? 9. Oh, it's 50... Oh, Rathalos scales plus. Oh, I didn't even think about that. So that's 50 extreme scales. Okay, so I'm far away from that. Alright, so we did a trial, we did a raid. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a whole separate storyline that popped up that I need to get back into. There's a whole story that's come in since I quit last. Anyways, guys, short enough video for now. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to get back to some variety content. I've been pumping out EverQuest content pretty hardcore for 3 or 4 months now. It's been awesome. We're still going to keep with the EverQuest videos, but we might have some variety content here and there. Actually fit true to my name, Variety Void. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.